Okay, so I just updated Star Stable, and the first thing I see is this little icon up here. Let's click on it. Invitation. Oh, is this like, what? This. Can you go inside somebody's... Oh my gosh, you can go in somebody's stable. Oh my gosh, what is happening?
We're bringing this back to life.
Hey, it's Buckety 2017, and welcome to another video. Today, it is all about Gracie. Y'all really wanted the story behind Gracie, who is my new horse. Not replacement of Smokey, but like my new horse that I got for me to ride. So yeah, so I'm going to be explaining the story behind Gracie. You guys really wanted the story behind Gracie and how I found her and everything. I'm not going to give out any personal info of like who I bought her from or where I found her or anything like that. I don't have permission to give that out. So let's get on to it. Okay, so before I get into Gracie's story, let's move back a ways. So before I got Gracie, I had a 22 or older horse, we weren't really sure how old he was, named Smokey, who is the Gray Bird mascot. Now, my mom bought Smokey when he was around 10 years old, and he soon passed on to me to ride once my mom found another horse. Smokey soon had to pass away because he was wearing down because of his old age and had some problems that I can't describe for YouTube purposes. After Smokey passed away, my mom, for some reason, started looking for horses right away. It was maybe 1 to 2 months or more until we started to find a few good horses. First horse we found, I fell in love with him. His name was Tucker, and he was a red roan. Now, if you don't know me, I absolutely love red roans and always wanted a red roan. In his description on the rescue site, he seemed to be like the perfect horse for me. He was an older typed horse, but he was from a rescue horse, and my mom and I wanted to get a rescue horse instead of buying a horse from a breeder or something. I went to go and try him out, and he was very sweet and kind. I was able to try him out in their small circular arena on a lunge line. Now, I think Tucker was a little confused on who to listen to because he was on a lunge line while I was on him. The person who was lunging him didn't give him the freedom to listen to me or for me to see what he could actually do. Another reason why he turned out not to be the right match for me is because he was very sensitive on his sides because he used to be an old ranch horse. Now, he seemed perfectly fine, so we didn't know why he was at the rescue. Once I clicked him into a trot, I started bouncing on him because of my really light weight, because I'm very lightweight. And my legs start bouncing on his sides. Now, since my legs bounce on his sides, he thought I should go faster, so he started to go faster when I didn't want him to go faster. He soon got in trouble for it, which I didn't think was right. And I can't have a horse with sensitive sides, and I feel so bad for him because he seemed like he was really bored at the rescue. I soon had to move on to a different horse, keeping Tucker in the back of my mind. And it took a while to find this other horse, and his name was Star. My mom really liked this horse because he was very gentle and welcoming and was a horse that would take care of his rider. Once I got on him, I didn't really feel like he was the right horse for me because he treated like a little 5-year-old because of my weight again. It took me so much effort to get him into a gallop. My mom tried him out and he worked perfectly fine for her, but not for me. Even the people who owned him didn't think we were the right match. My mom kept pushing me to buy Star as he was very cheap and it was a horse that she knew she could trust. I also didn't really like Star because he would only gallop when he was going in the direction of his girlfriend that he had there. I kept Star in the back of my mind while we kept looking. Now, we soon came across Gracie. Now, I like color on my horses, so I wasn't really too intrigued by Gracie's color. But I accepted her because something just gave me a spark for her. When I first rode Gracie, she offered a lot more than the other horses did, like sliding on her hind legs and some other western tricks. I was soon able to ride her for a second time and I felt comfortable on her. The question that was debatable for me was her price. The owner of Gracie wanted a lot more than what I was paying for her to pay off the training she put into her. I soon saw a few other horses, like a horse from the movie Secretariat, but he was a quick out for me because of his amount of energy he had and how tall he was. He could definitely be a English jumper, but not a Western horse. One day I was in school thinking about Gracie and Star. I was debating on between these horses because they seem like really trustworthy horses. At the time, I was really tired of looking horses and I wanted to go ride on a horse. So I made up my mind in my agricultural class and went out to call my mom. I was going to tell my mom that I think Gracie was too much money and we should move on and maybe keep looking, even though I was getting impatient. Now, my mom said something remarkable and it absolutely still surprises me today. That night before, I prayed and I asked God to give me a sign if Gracie was the right horse, because he knew I was sick and tired of waiting for a horse, and we've been maybe searching for a horse for maybe more than 2 to 3 months now, and I always like to have a horse on my side. I just asked him, please tell me if this is Gracie's the right horse. If Gracie wasn't, then it is what it is. When I was on the phone call with my mom that day, I was pacing through the hallway talking to her, and she said the girl who owned Gracie said she would be willing to lower the price and work with us, since she knew I was paying for her with my own money. The girl really wanted us to have Gracie. I told my mom to ask her if she would be willing to lower the price to the price range I could afford while saving some money to buy Gracie a new saddle that could fit her. We talked about it for a week or so, and it was truly God that directed me towards Gracie. We were kind of in a rush soon after a week because a rich family was going to look at Gracie and try her out if we didn't buy her. We both agreed on a price range that I could afford and she could manage. The owner of Gracie wanted a price for her to get money back for her training that she put into Gracie. She really wanted us to have Gracie and was willing to work with us because of how nice we were to her and Gracie. She knew that we were going to take care of Gracie and she wanted Gracie to go to a forever good home. I took Gracie home and here I am with her. The owner of Gracie still posts pictures of Gracie and her on social media on how much she misses Gracie. The owner of Gracie had her for 5 years. The reason why she had to get rid of Gracie is because she was not a good horse to compete in competitions. She was good in practices and everything, she just didn't like to compete against other horses. So today, me and Gracie are still forming a good bond together, and she is listening and getting to know me more and more each day. I try to lunge her every week, and I spoil her rotten to the core. Now, when I lunge her, I try to make her gallop, make her listen to me, so when I ride her, she will listen to me even better. I make her gallop or trot sometimes and halt to a whoa. That's really what I want to look for her. After I do that, I'm gonna focus on her leads for when I go try out for County Princess and everything. So Gracie is gonna be a very good horse. Her color, everything, every horse has a beauty to it, even though if it's like not the color you want. Because I wanted like a maybe paint or something, because I've never had a paint before, and I've just had a buckskin. And now Gracie, I wanted like a really colorful horse, but apparently that didn't really work out for me, and it was really hard to find a pretty like Rula or buckskin or anything paint horse or anything like that with the right qualities and traits and everything. But Gracie, she had everything that we needed. She's been to competitions, she's been everywhere. Turns out she was the right horse for me, and God just directed me towards her. Angel! Alright, y'all, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed this video and enjoyed Gracie's story, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the paper, because we are amazing. Also, another thing before I want to end this video is that we are so close to 1K. I mean, I just came back from camp and we were maybe at 987, and I come back from camp and we're like 994. And oh my gosh, I'm so pumped to hit 1K. Thank y'all so much. I am so excited to celebrate 1K with y'all, and I am preparing some stuff for when we hit 1K, so be sure to look forward to it. And without further ado, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!
FFA